Early in the morning, while it's still dark out, these three women get up and they go down to the tomb where Jesus is to anoint his body. I think it's really interesting that this is where the Easter story really begins. Not with loud trumpets and shouts of Hosanna, choirs singing. It's three women that in faith they get up and they go and they do the thing that they believe that their faith calls them to. And so they go down to the tomb that morning, and they're not expecting resurrection. They're not expecting to see anything miraculous. They go to the place where the dead bodies are to go see the dead, because that's what you do. In our worship services, we have a time for gathering. And we call people together, and we all join together, and we give a call to worship, that we all proclaim why we're here and what it is that we're here to do. And then there's a little bit of time where we offer this prayer, a prayer of confession. When we talk about confession, it always seems to, I think, rub people the wrong way. But I think confession can be beautiful. I think that confession is a beautiful reminder for us that we don't have it all figured out. And that's okay. We don't have all the answers. And that's not a bad thing. That there is great mystery in the world that goes far above and beyond what any of us could possibly comprehend. But our tendency as humans is to go back over and over and over again to the thing that we think makes us happy and healthy and whole. And it's like showing up at a cemetery and coming to dead bodies. Because the thing that we go back to over and over and over again, sometimes those things have to die. Sometimes our confession means that we come to that place and we acknowledge, you know what? It's time to put that to bed. It's time to put that to rest. And I think it takes a lot to say that. It takes a lot to acknowledge that. But I think that's the beautiful message behind Easter. I think that's why we're here. That's why you're here this morning. That's why we celebrate what we do, because we think and we believe and we hold on to this hope that God is still waiting for us, that God is still moving and breathing and forgiving. And there's moments in times in history, and there's moments of times in our lives where we have to acknowledge that the time has come for us to set aside the way that we used to do things, that the time has come to say that the practices that we've been doing aren't working anymore. And the beautiful message of the resurrection has to start here, because before we can ever get to new life and new creation and resurrection and things that are changing and moving and being made better, first we have to come here. We have to come to the place where we acknowledge in our hearts and our minds and our souls that maybe we don't have it right. The beautiful thing about it is that every once in a while, early in the morning, an angel of God shows up when we least expect it and forces us to look at the world differently.
Christ the Lord is risen today. Hallelujah. Sons of men and angels sing. Hallelujah. Raise your voice and triumph high. Alleluia. Sing ye heavens and earth replies. Alleluia. Lives again our glorious King. Alleluia. Where, O death, is now thy sting? Alleluia. Once he died our souls to save. Alleluia. Where thy victory, O grave.